back, everybody. Today we're going to dive into the Holy Trinity of Self-Defense. Understanding how these elements work together will help you stay safe and help you be confident in those dangerous situations as well. Let's dive into it. Obviously, you can tell I'm serious today because I've got my instructor shirt on and my blue gun. And I didn't just buy this on the internet. No, I actually passed the test. Don't do that. So we've got number one is your mindset. Number two is the skill set. Number three is your tools. If you don't have this one, if you don't have mindset, none of these other ones really matter. And that's why our motto, learn, train, defend. Learning is the first thing you have to do. You have to learn to get that mindset, that self-defense mindset. So you have to be aware now, aware of how dangerous the world is around you. If you don't know that now, you're really not paying attention. Number two, decision making. You have to now be able to make split decisions. If something bad happens, if you're in a bad situation, you have to make that quick decision to draw your gun and defend yourself in some way. That's a very important skill to have. And freezing and not knowing what to do is not going to help you. That's going to get you killed. So that's why I have my little hobo diagram, I like to call it, right? So we've got the stabbing hobo, okay? He's got a little tiny knife there. And we've got the singing hobo, and he's got a little microphone. And in a split second, if something bad were to happen and this guy was walking up to you in a dark alley and saying something scary, you have to decide if, okay, this guy's gonna hurt me, he's got a knife, or this guy, he's just a singing hobo. So you have to make that split second decision. Am I drawing on this stabbing hobo? Or am I singing some karaoke with the singing hobo? So you're gonna have to make split decisions that are life-changing. The last one here, could you kill? A lot of people think to themselves, well, yeah, I mean, if I had to. And you know what? If you're never in that situation, you're really not 100% sure. You hope and pray that you would, and if you keep training and get that mindset that you could, if you needed to, you'll be okay when the time comes. Number two, skill set. This takes time to acquire. Nobody is all of a sudden John Wick. John Wick isn't even John Wick. Actually, I've seen him shoot at Terran Tactical. If you go watch those videos, he's pretty awesome. He kind of is John Wick. Skill set takes time to acquire, right? So you have to train. Whether you just have a gun at home, whether you carry, whether you're thinking about getting a gun, you have to get some type of training. But if you've never touched a gun before, if you've never even held a gun, get some in-class training on stuff that you don't need to be in a range for. Simple stuff like grip, stance. So if you've never touched a gun before and you're scared, you can get comfortable before you even get to the range. Now, obviously the live fire is louder and you're gonna feel recoil and all that scary stuff. But if you get the basics down in a classroom and they teach you the functions of a gun and how it all works, at least that will get you a little more comfortable to load the gun and hold the gun and stand. And no matter how skilled you are, everybody still has to train. And everybody who is skilled knows that already. You still have to keep training and evolving to get better and better and better. Number two, this one, some people might think, oh, if I have a gun, why do I have to stay in shape? Because there's a lot more to self-defense than just your gun. And that's the last option. Your last resort is this guy. That's your last resort. If you're in shape and you can get away, or if you're in shape and someone attacks you and they don't have a deadly weapon, you don't want to have to draw and shoot somebody. That's the last thing you want to do. So if you can defend yourself with these guys or these guys running, then you want to do that. Number three, this one's super important, medical training. Because more than likely, you're gonna have to use medical training in your life before you're ever gonna have to draw a gun or fist fight somebody. And it's a good thing to have because in a bad situation where that self-defense didn't go as you expected and someone's hurt or you're hurt or even a car accident, who knows? Simple stuff like CPR, first aid, basic first aid, maybe some basic trauma training. A lot of people buy first aid kits and have never even tried to open it, to look inside, to see what they have, and to know how to use the stuff in there. So if you have it and you don't know how to use any of it, what's the point? Oh my goodness, my leg is shot. Let me open my first aid kit and I'm an idiot, right? Because you don't know how to use any of it. Number four here is takes time to acquire. Like I said at the beginning, this last one is the easiest one. And by the easiest one, I mean, you could buy a bunch of tools, right? You could buy a bunch of guns and a bunch of cool holsters and ammo and first aid kits and tourniquets. But if you don't have this, the skill set to use them, and you don't have this, the mindset to realize you might need to use them one day, those don't matter. You can just erase that right there. All right? So this is the easiest one because you can buy all that cool stuff and it doesn't even matter, right? It doesn't even matter because you don't have the skill set or the mindset to use them and to know how to use them, right? Okay, but your tools are important though. They are important. Your firearm choice. What are you going to be carrying? What are you going to be using for home defense? You have to think about those things and think about what's the most effective for your house, for your body. Do you have bigger hands? Do you have smaller hands? Where are you going to put it? Are you going to carry appendix? Are you going to carry a 3 o'clock? You know, so you have to think about all these different things and try them out. Go to the gun store, hold different guns, feel which one feels good in your hand, see how your hand fits on them. I'm choosing the right holster, where it's going to be. So everybody's body type is different. I like to carry appendix. That's my favorite spot because that's just where I feel most comfortable. I recommend a hard Kydex, nice retention. So your holster is very important as well. Third one, what kind of ammo are you going to be using for your defensive situation? If you're carrying, you want to use a defensive ammo. You don't want to just use regular old range ammo. You want to use something that might help with over-penetration, like some Hornady, I don't know how to say it, Hornady, maybe. But Hornady defensive ammo, that's like a hollow point filled with like a wax or any kind of a bullet that's meant to not over-penetrate and meant to expand a little more. So maybe it won't over-penetrate, maybe it'll have a little more stopping power. And then the last one here is the medical. So you want to have some type of medical first aid kit, CPR masks, what else? Why can't I think? Tourniquets. When you have the mindset of being able to protect and defend yourself and your loved ones, we're not just talking about with a gun. Every day, think about everyday life as well, and just the simple things that you might have to use when you're talking about medical. Learn that you are responsible for the defense and the protection of your family and yourself and your loved ones, and that is most important. All right, guys, hope you learned a little something today. Never stop learning, never stop training. Smash that like and subscribe button. Comment down below. Let me know if you've ever seen a stabbing hobo or a singing hobo or any hobo. Have you ever seen any hobo? I think I've seen one hobo maybe in my whole life, but that's a good thing, okay? Beware of hobos. Get the right mindset, get the right skill set, get the right tools. Learn how to defend yourself. And guys, thanks for coming. Have a great rest of your day. God bless you.